as a revision or as an experience. So we go through meditation without doing any chanting. First, everybody sit comfortably. Then, in order to calm your body and mind, please do 3 times long breathing in and out. So when you breathe out, exhale, that time you try to calm all your nerves, the nervous system, particularly your lungs and heart. When your body become very calm, then the brain, the mind will be very calm. Now you yourself ask a question: why I am here? Why I practice Dharma? As a question yourself. The answer is, I'm here at Tibetan Buddhist Center to study, to learn how to practice the Dharma. Your main motivation, purpose is learning Dharma, the pure Dharma. The second question, also you ask yourself, why do I need to practice Dharma? Dharma. The answer is, I need to practice, I want to practice the Dharma because I want to be free from all kinds of sufferings and all the cause of suffering. I want to practice the pure Dharma to achieve liberation, to achieve the ultimate happiness. When you answer yourself, I want to practice the Dharma to free from suffering and cause of suffering, then whenever, whatever Dharma practice you do, only do for free from suffering and free from the cause of suffering to achieve liberation, to achieve the ultimate happiness. When you think When you say in your mind, I want to be free from suffering, now please everybody reflect on the actual truth of the samsara where we were born, where we are right now. Right now, me, not me, Geshe, me yourself, I am in samsara. I am in between in the cycle. The cycle existed, the samsara, the three types of samsara, full of suffering, all kinds of sickness and disease, aging, death, again rebirth, go through all kinds of suffering, aging and deaths for millions of years. Even though this lifetime, since I was born, all kinds of suffering I have gone through, particularly when when I was 20, 25, 30, 40, 50s, 60s, 70s. There are no such as one day I had, which is I can remember that day I really experienced the ultimate happiness. We don't have any experience of the actual happiness. Therefore, please generate renunciation. Means in this lifetime, I really want to free from suffering and cause of suffering. There's nothing such as happiness in the three realms. Most of us over 60, 70s, death definitely come. A time of death, not certain, not definite. If I leave this world without achieve any pure dharma, I will born again in samsara, maybe lower realms. Generate pure stone renunciation. I wish I definitely need to overcome from the suffering and the cause of suffering. In order to free from suffering, cause of suffering, to achieving liberation, complete Buddhahood, I need to rely on the Guru and Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Please take refuge to the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Take refuge to the Guru and Buddha as an excellent teacher, excellent guide who can teach us how we can be free from suffering, how we can achieve liberation and Buddhahood. Take refuge to the Dharma as the actual, the real refuge. When we practice pure Dharma, the first, we can suppress all the negative thoughts. Second, we can eliminate the cause of suffering, which is attachment, anger, hatred, and ignorance. Take refuge to Dharma as an actual, the real refuge. Take refuge to the Sangha as a practice component. Among these three, all the Buddhas and teachers only can teach us, only can show us the path. The actual refuge is the path and Dharma. Take refuge to the Triple Gem from your heart. You are not taking refuge to the Triple Gem, only your own interests, or only for your own benefits. You are taking refuge to the Dharma, Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha to benefit all sentient beings. Take refuge to the Triple Gem according to Mahayana tradition. When you wish, you can benefit all sentient beings, then you need to remember until today, you discriminate your close one as your friends. You discriminate, you totally ignore the person, the group of people considered as your enemy. You always become indifferent when you see the person, neither your friends nor your enemy. The attachment towards your friends and close one is the attachment. The dislike towards your enemy is anger and hatred. Therefore, first, everybody cultivate equanimity. First, you generate sense of equal to the normal people around you, whether you're a friend or you're an enemy. Neither attachment nor anger and hatred. Just see as a normal human beings. Economy towards indifferent person. Yes, this moment we can feel, we realized I don't have any attachment, anger towards the indifferent person, indifferent people. Second, the same feeling, same equanimity you need to generate towards your friends, family, particularly your dear and dear one, dearest one. Please come to your friends and relatives. You have an attachment towards them. Not only attachment, the attachment is so strong, particularly few of the person who are very, very close to you, we are attached to them. Somebody harm your friends and relatives, somebody criticize towards your families and friends, certainly you generate anger, hatred, dislike. There's no point to be so strong attachment towards having attachment towards your friends and family, because one day you're going to be separated from them. They're also going to be separated from you. There's no basis to have a so strong attachment towards them. One day, some of them become your enemy. Some of them, or all of them, going to be your enemy. There's no point to have attachment. Please generate same feeling towards your relatives or dear or near one, same as the indifferent people. Now, the same concept, the same feeling, you need to move, you need to bring them on your enemy. When you remember, when you visualize your enemy, suddenly you get very angry, you feel so upset about him, you generate a lot of hatred. There's no point to be generating a lot of hate and anger, resentment towards the person, because the person, he or she, one day can be your best friends. One day, he or she can be your best teacher. One day, he or she going to provide you the best facility for you. Also, this lifetime, he or she, within your family, whether your neighbors or relatives, somehow became enemy with you. But many years ago, he or she, a person, used to be your best friend, one of your closer friends. You share everything with them. Remember the uncertainty between enemy and friends. Generate same feeling towards your enemy. Neither attachment nor anger. Now, please generate equanimity towards all sentient beings. The sentient being you have just generated equanimities, they are same as you in samsara, having all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of problems, sickness, aging, death. So please generate love towards your dear and dear one. I wish my friends, my family, the person who are very, very close to you, always wish to be happy, have a cause of happiness. Next, same concept, love, loving kindness, you generate on the indifferent person. You must have a same equal love towards your dear and near one with the indifferent person. Same love and loving kindness you extend towards your enemy. Now, this moment for you, when you remember your enemy, you don't have any sense of anger. Instead, you have a love. When you remember your relatives and friends, you don't have a sense of attachment. You have a pure love. When you look at your enemy, when you remember your enemy, you have a same sense of love as your friends and relatives. This moment, you need to feel not just imagination, you really need to accept, you really need to feel all sentient beings without exceptions are my dearest friends, relatives. Please accept, not verbally, mentally, from your heart. You need to see all sentient beings as your dearest mother. When you are able to see, able to accept from your heart, all sentient beings are your dearest father, dearest mother, then what happens if they have a lot of sufferings? Yes, then you wish sincerely, you're not just saying sincerely, you are wishing all sentient beings free from suffering, particularly your closer one, free from all kinds of suffering. Generate compassion towards your dear and near one. Same compassion you generate towards the indifferent people. Same compassion I wish my relatives and friends, indifferent person, free from suffering, free from cause of suffering. Not only them, may I, all my enemy, free from suffering, free from cause of suffering. Please generate pure compassion towards your dear near one, indifferent person, particularly your enemy. Same compassion you extend towards all sentient beings without exception. And this moment, you have a very strong love and compassion. Particularly, you have very strong compassion. May all sentient beings free from suffering and cause of suffering. But this moment, you yourself in samsara, you yourself don't know how to overcome from suffering and the cause of suffering. And this moment, you yourself don't know how to achieve happiness. I don't know what are the cause of happiness because I am in samsara. I am very ignorant person. I believe certain things are a cause of happiness. Actually, those are cause of suffering. I believe certain things are cause of suffering. Actually, those are cause of happiness. So we have a lots of misunderstanding. Our ignorance is so strong, so deep. This moment, I cannot benefit all sentient beings, even though I cannot benefit one sentient being, even though I cannot benefit myself. Then how I can benefit myself, how I can benefit all human beings, how I can benefit all sentient beings. I really want to benefit for them. If I become a Buddha, if I become the fully enlightened beings, fully enlightened person, then surely I can benefit all sentient beings. Therefore, please generate a conventional bodhicitta. May I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Bodhicitta. I cannot be Buddha. I cannot achieve the full enlightened state. Enlightened state, if I only practice the conventional bodhicitta, I need to practice the ultimate bodhicitta, which is emptiness. Therefore, not just only wishing to be Buddha, you should think in order to become Buddha, I will practice the 6 perfections. Perfections of ethical discipline, generosity, patience, joy effort, mindfulness, and the wisdom. 6 perfections. Among the 6 perfections, the perfections of wisdom is the most important one. Most important practice. I need to practice the wisdom which realize emptiness. In order to achieve the wisdom of perfections, I need to achieve vipassana. Vipassana can be achieved if I achieve shamatha or samadhi. The samadhi or shamatha can be achieved if I achieve the two buoyancy, the physical and mental buoyancy. The two buoyancies can be achieved if I achieve the ninth mental state. The nine can be achieved if I 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So please remember the 9 mental step by step, to achieve the shamatha. So in order to practice shamatha, the real shamatha, is not just merely, concentrated mind. The mind must be very concentrated, free from laxity, particularly the subtle laxity and excitement. Means you need to choose the object of meditation. First, you need to learn how to mindful on the chosen object. Then slowly you can extend the duration until the fifth, the mental placement, until fifth. Also, you need to remember the sixth power. So pure shamatha must be single-pointedly, totally mindful on your chosen object, but the chosen object have to be seen very clearly. The meditative mind have a very strong strength. Means the meditative mind is very strong, have a lot of energy, must be very energetic. At the same time, the mind have to see the object of meditation. Remember the true characteristic of the shamatha. Now everybody focus on your breath. Generally and normally you feel breath in and out, pause in and out. As your ability can be long breath, can be short breath, can be very short, no matter. Must learn how to focus on your breath and only focus on your breath. Pause short time. Exhale, pause short time. As a beginner, the two breaths, the exhale, inhales, are two different breaths. Therefore, you need to pause in order to realize there are two breaths. While you are focusing on your breath, certainly your mind has gone somewhere, thinking about food, really think about food for a while, and think, since I was born, I have been eating all kinds of food. The food doesn't bring inner peace. The food cannot be eliminated. The ignorance. I need to forget my food and drink. Focus on your breath. While you are focusing on your breath, some of you remember your friends. Think about the friends for a while, then analyze. He or she been my friend for many years. Actually, what I can achieve from them? Nothing, just gossiping each other. No point to think about my friends. Mindful on your breath. This moment, you totally need to forget everything except focusing on your breath in and out. From here, now you can enter into Vipassana, the special insight. Mean until now, we just focusing on breath. We mentally can see our breath, but we cannot see the truth, the reality of the breath. So when you are focusing on your breath, there are three things you need to realize. The person who breathes in and out, the person is you as a meditator. You are the agent. You are a meditator. You are meditating on your breath. The breath is an object of your meditations. The mind and you, which is focusing on the breath, is an action. Remember the agent, which is you as a meditator. The breath is an object. Focusing on your breath is an action. Remember the agent, action, and object. Now, everybody try to reflect on the agent, which is you who are meditating on your breath. You, mean you can say I. This moment I am meditating on my own breath. First, everybody try to realize, try to catch up you yourself, who you are, who you are. According to the non-Buddhist school, according to their tradition, I, the Atma, is a permanent singleness. According to Buddha teaching, Buddhist tradition, the meditator, which is you, I, is a not permanent, neither singleness. You need to analyze, you need to study how you are exist. So in order to analyze whether you are singleness or permanent, you need to recognize you, I, me, I. When you say, I am meditating on breath, when you're saying that time, there's a thoughts. The thoughts thinking, I am meditating. The thoughts are not you. The object meditation is the breath. The breaths are not you. When you are meditating, maybe you can feel some pain in your legs, hips, or shoulder or head. The bodies, particularly the five aggregates, are not you. Neither you or the five aggregates. Who you are, how you exist, and neither form nor consciousness. Reflect on I. Me, I cannot be totally separated, cannot be separate from my body, my mind, but my body, my minds are not me. Therefore, all of you need to realize emptiness of person, emptiness of me and mine. Second, the being me, I, mainly established imputed phenomena based on the five aggregates. In order to understand emptiness of the person, you need to understand the basis of the imputed person. The basis need to realize the basis also empty of inherent existence. The third step, yes, when you analyze, you realize I am not independent. I exist based on the five aggregates. But the five aggregates are also not independent. They cannot be exist independently. Then when you reflect on the consciousness, particularly on the five consciousness, the mind, The mind also cannot be independent, cannot be inherently, cannot exist inherently. Therefore, meditate on emptiness of the person, emptiness of the five aggregates, emptiness of the consciousness. The last, you can make a conclusion. Whatever things around me, particularly my body, my mind, me, myself, totally empty of inherent existence. Until today, I am totally mistaken about me and mine. So when you realize emptiness of I, you can control, you can eliminate the self-cherishing. Second, when you realize emptiness of the phenomena, you can eliminate the ignorant of the phenomena. Therefore, in order to free us from samsara, cause of samsara, we need to realize emptiness. Okay, now we start our class about the shamatha. Okay, open the page number 15. Okay, so this class I started based on the middle meditation stage or beginner. Also, I try to, uh, put all practice together. Okay, now page number 15. So I just read, also you quietly read together. So you try to understand what does mean insight, special insight. After realizing Kamabadding meditation on special insight, things as I follow, as follows. That means you have to be 100% sure. When you practice Dharma, you cannot jump here and there. You cannot jump. Please follow step by step. First step, second step. Before you move to the second step, you must stabilize the first step, then second. After you stabilize the first and second step, then jump, or you can practice the third step. Until today, many of us, we really just been running in the religion supermarket. Right? Religion supermarket. There's a new product. Let's say, oh, supermarket, and you see that almost everybody go to NTUC. Wow, there's a new product from Japan. Everybody run and buy the new product. Right? New product. And next few days, there's another new product come from China. And everybody run to the NTUC to buy the Chinese product. Right? So we have been like that for so many years. Oh, there's a Lama or Guru or Rinpoche or teacher or Shifu is giving initiation. We run there. We thought, wow, this initiation must be very powerful. It can really benefit for me. After attend the teachings, try to practice the teaching for a few weeks, few months, then you realize, oh, this teaching is nothing. Then you move to other, place to receive teachings. Everything happens. We cannot achieve we can achieve nothing because we haven't really established our practice solidly. Therefore, here you can say, after realizing karma body, meditate on special insight. Simply, you need to imagine, you think karma body means the mind is always stays there a few hours. Stay there a few hours with the vivek, clarity, with the strength. The example, you have a very precious object in your bag. Right? The bag is so heavy you cannot carry with you, so you keep the bag next to you. Right? So then will be surely you wash to the bag continuously, vividly, make sure without disturb your mind. Likewise, when you do meditation, first few days cannot, few months cannot, but if you put effort continuously, surely you can achieve the calm calm abide. Tibetan we call ji ne. Calm means what calm? Calm means free from the distractions. Your mind is totally free from distraction, then become calm. Not free from distraction, your mind abide there continuously. Right? Ji ne. Then second is special insight. Big Tibetan called hak tong. Tong means able to see, able to realize. Then what's the specialist? During the karma body time, you will just see the object. And when you go to market to buy the things which you really like it, first time you just see the things. Second, you're not just seeing the object. Then you do a lot of study about the object. You do an analysis of the object. Then, based on seeing the object, based on the analyze the object, then you're going to see the object is really good or not. Likewise, until today, we all look like really blind people. We are totally look like blind person. We are just running here, there. We don't really understand the truth and reality. Therefore, the special insight means you are not just absorbing the object, you are trying to understand the actual reality of the object. Now, remember this one, after realizing karma body, meditate on special insight. How we can meditate then? Thinking as follows. All the teaching of the Buddha are perfect teachings, and they directly or indirectly reveals, lead to the suchness with the utmost clarity. If you understand suchness, you will be free from all the nets of wrong views. Just as darkness is dispelled when light appears. Mere karma body meditation cannot purify the pristine awareness, nor can it eliminate the darkness of occupation. When I meditate properly on the suchness with the wisdom, the pristine awareness will be purified. Only with the wisdom I can realize suchness. Only with the wisdom can I effectively eradicate of curation. Therefore, engaging in karma bonding meditation, I shall search for suchness with the wisdom, and I shall not remain content with the karma bonding alone. This is the beginning in the chapter, kind of conclusion. That conclusion. First, achieve karma bonding, then special insight. Special insight means insight or realize emptiness, because all the Buddha teaching directly or indirectly lead to the emptiness. Therefore, according to like Tibetan teachings, many teachings said, man, the only one purpose Buddha come to this world to teach emptiness. Teach emptiness. Right? Therefore, every day you need to think, I need to learn, I need to know, I want to study to realize emptiness. Emptiness. Based, my understanding, if we really realize emptiness, then there's no kind of small basis. There's no small base. Arise attachment, arise anger, arise jealousy. Until today, we have attachment, right? Attachment towards something. When we attach to the object, no matter is a human being or a simple object, when we attach to the object, we can see, we perceive the object is such as the beautiful. The person who realizes emptiness of the object, for him or her, the object is look like totally illusion. Totally illusion. Illusion doesn't mean there's nothing. Like you are, watching a famous movie in the movie hall, in the movie theater. Imagine, first, before you go there, you're going to see a movie, right? You're going to see a movie, you're going to watch a movie. Also, the movie, actually, the reflection or the images is come from where? The projector. Before you go there, you're going to watch a movie. The movie, the reflection, the images are come from the projector. In the projector, this time they put the chips, right? Chip. In the past, there's a long roll. You know everything before you go there, right? When you sit there, when you watch a movie, then after somehow you're totally entered into in the movie, in the image. Right? Then you can have an attachment, you have an anger, you have an upsetness, everything arises. Immediately, when you think, oh, I'm just watching the movie, the images come from projector, then the anger attachment is totally going to cease. Likewise, in our lifetime, in our life, it's really, sometimes you're so angry with someone. Immediately you remember how the person exists. Is exists independently or based on my imputation. Then the anger going to be reduced, like attachment. And therefore, it's a very directly, indirectly, it lead to the emptiness. When we realize emptiness, the nest of the wrong views, free of all the nest of wrong view. Just think about the words, nest of the wrong view. We are totally, tied with the nest of the wrong view. Totally. For example, let's say immediately one of your dearest person died. You feel upset. You feel so disappointment, right? You feel so upset. Because in the common sense, we already believe or possess this person is my relatives. Yes, you are relative, but he or she cannot be your relative forever, right? Cannot be. One day we have to be separated. Then why you so upset someone die? You upset because you have attachment. You have attachment. So we, everybody have to learn. We really need to learn. We really need to understand. Like someone is, one is, so we, meet as a family for how many years? The longest one, 100 years. We just meet together as a relative, the longest one, 100 years. After 100 years, he or she going to leave. Then it's a true, it's a fact. So we have to accept, we understand. Where, nest of the wrong view. Then realizing emptiness is just, darkness is dispelled when the light appears. So this is the conclusion. But next question is here. What is suchness? Because the word suchness, Tibetan also say, they konanit. They konanit mean, okay, also that this word is a very important. Suchness, I'm not sure the English meaning much. They konanit means, let's say we all together, let's say searching a thief. We are searching a thief. We all together, we know the person is run into the next building. That next building. Then you search everywhere. Finally, you found one person in the building. And what are you going to say? 100% sure he is the thief. 100% sure he is only he. There's nobody else, right? He is, because we saw running the house. We didn't see anybody go out. This means 100% sure this is the thief. Such as this means empty of independent existence is the real nature of the phenomena, nothing else, such as ness. It is the nature of all phenomena that ultimately they are empty of shape of percent and the shape of phenomena. Then all phenomena put into two categories, person and phenomena. This is realized through the perfection of wisdom and not otherwise. Therefore, emptiness must be realized through the wisdom, not otherwise. There's a quotation, O Tathagata, by which perfection do Bodhisattva apprehend the identityless of the phenomena. Avalashora, it is apprehended by the perfect wisdom. Therefore, meditate on wisdom while engaged in karma body. Meditate on wisdom while engaged in karma body. Also, the meditate on wisdom is little bit, there's a dangerous to have a misunderstanding on. Right? According to Buddha teaching, which is translated into Tibetan language, normally we say generate, cultivate bodhicitta. Generate, you need to cultivate bodhicitta. You need to generate bodhicitta. We cannot say meditate on bodhicitta, on number one. Number two, we cannot say meditate on wisdom. We say familiarize your wisdom. Familiarize wisdom. The wisdom meditate on emptiness. Right? The wisdom realize emptiness. Therefore, it's a apprehend by the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, meditate on wisdom. We must familiarize the wisdom which realize emptiness. The next, yogi should analyze in the following manner. A person is not absorbed as separate from the mental and physical aggregates, the elements and sense power, nor is person of the nature of the aggregates and so forth. This conclusion, you must think, a person cannot be separate from the mind, cannot be separate from the physical body. Right? When we say the person is not separate from the body, neither separate from the mind, so we have to remember the person, the mind, the body are different. Like different. But different doesn't mean there's no any like connection each other. For example, I ask you a question, you answer me, okay? Is your body you? Yes or no?
No.
Is your body is you? No. Right? No, right? Clear, no. Then somebody touch your hand, your shoulder. What are you going to say? You touch me. Right? You touch me. Means the body is not you. Neither you are the body. But you can be established based on body. Right? Body. Body is not you, but based on the body, we can input as a you. Second, is your minds are you? Mine. No, what we say? My mind, my body. But somebody knows so many things. What we say? He or she is very intelligent. Right? Also, you can feel I am very intelligent because your mind can understand so many things. Therefore, sometimes the person establish, inputted based on the body. Sometimes the person is inputted phenomena based on the mind. Also, feeling. When you have a pleasant feeling, what do you say? I am happy. When you have an unpleasant feeling, what do you say? I am not happy. Also, feeling is not you. You are not feeling, but without feeling, you cannot recognize, you cannot establish. Therefore, here, a person is not absorbed as separate from the mental, from the mind of mental and physical aggregates, mental aggregates and physical aggregates. Then the elements, the sense power, nor is a person of the nature of the aggregate. That means the person is not the body. So forth. Because the aggregates and so forth have the entity of being many and impermanence. So this is the logic. Okay, remember, you need to remember the logic. If you think yourself, am I body, my body, right? Am I my body? Am I am. Am I a question, right? Am I my body? The answer is no. Right? If I am my body, then what, let's say, if you are your finger, if somebody cut your finger, you cannot say, I'm cut. Yes, you can say somebody cut my finger, my thumbs. Right? Therefore, according to the non-Buddhist, I and me is a permanent singleness. So this, kind of making argument with the non-Buddhists. Aggregate and so forth have the entity of being many and impermanent. Others have inputted, according to non-Buddhists, others have inputted the person as a permanent and single. A person as a phenomena cannot exist except as one or many, but except or many. Also, many others, you can say, something difficult to understand the words. A person as a phenomena, this means a person is a phenomena, right? Is let's say an object is a phenomena. If something be a phenomena, cannot exist except one or many. So these are one of the important logic in Buddhist. If things exist, they must exist in a one way, in a one or many. Right? For example, what is this? This is a book. It is one or two. The book is always, the book is one. One cannot be two. Then these are two, not one. But therefore, think all the phenomena must be one or must be many. But the book, generally the book is one. It has a many parts, right? Many parts. One or many, because there's no other way of exist. There's no other way of exist. Something exists, must exist in a way, one or many. Therefore, we must conclude that assertion of the worldly I and mine is wholly mistaken. Please remember this word, okay? Therefore, please read, we must conclude assertion of the worldly I and mine is wholly mistaken. It's not saying the I and my is mistaken. The assertion of the worldly, like you and me, when we say I and me and mine, we are totally mistaking about our own I. Clear? We are totally mistaking about our own I. We don't understand our own I. We don't understand our own my. The first step, even though we cannot really recognize ourselves. Let's say I want to go. Let's say you say, I need to go. That time there's a thought. The thought thinking, I need to go. Then the body moves. The thought is not you, neither body, not you, right? Then actually when you say, I want to go, that time, who is the I? The thoughts, the body. Neither of them. So it's so important, so crucial. First, you try to understand how I exist, who I am, where I am. If I ask you a question, this moment, where you are, where are you? We are in TBC. Simple. We are sitting on the cushion, sitting on the ground. Now you do some, like simple scan your body. Can you find you in your head? Cannot. Can be or cannot? Cannot. When you open your brain, you can say, this is my head. This is my brain. The brains and head are possessed of the I. When you go a little down, maybe around here, many people say, I'm not happy, push here, right? Oh, maybe around here. When you open your chest, what you can see, first, you can see your heart. Then liver, then heart. When you open your chest, there's no eye. Go all the way to your feet. Start within the blood, bone marrow, cannot find. Also, we cannot say, I'm not exist. Right? We cannot say, I'm not exist. I or me, we can experience the suffering. We can experience the happiness. Right? Therefore, the conclusion here, you must conclude that the assertion of worldly, okay, assertion, not saying assertion of I and mine. The assertion of worldly I and mine is wholly mistaken. Means simply everything. Until now, I am totally mistaken by myself or my I and me. Right? When you're totally mistaken your I, then when you say, I want to do this, everything also have been doing mistaken based on the mistaken I. Meditation on selflessness of the phenomena. Now we do, some study about meditation on selflessness of the phenomena. Should also be done in the following manner. Phenomena, in short, are included under the 5 aggregates, 12 source of perception, and the 18 elements. The physical aspect of the aggregates, source of the perception, and the elements are, in the ultimate sense, nothing other than the aspect of the mind. Nothing other than aspect of the mind. This is because when they are broken into the subtle particle and the nature of the part of this subtle particle individually examine, no definite identity can be found. That means all phenomena you can divide into 3. What are they? Aggregates, 12 sources of the perception, 18 elements. Then the physical aspect of the aggregates, sources of the perception, and the elements are, in the ultimate sense, nothing other than the aspect of mind. This is because when they are broken into subtle particles and the nature of the part of this subtle particle is individually examined, no definite identity can be found. For example, again, this book. What is this? This is a book. Right? We have to accept this is a book. So when you analyze, when you study, where's the book? What is this? It's a cover. I mean, first page, second page by page, no book, cannot find. Now the last page, no book. Last cover, no book. So when you break down the physical phenomena, piece by piece by piece, you cannot find nothing there. Means now you have to remember, you have to think the book is, let's say, I'm not using this book here. This thing in my hand, be a book, right? Is be a book based on my own imputation, based on my mental project. That means the mind is not the book is not mine, the book is, we call this object as a book based on our mind. I use example, for example, let's say 20 years ago, there was in Singapore, that piece of island. There was a forest, there's a tree, there's a water, there was a lot of animals, that piece of island, right? Island. Then somehow one day, the piece of island become Singapore. Singapore. That means somebody just named Singapore. Since we believe, look like Singapore is totally, ultimately exists there. No, like a book. Conclusion here. Particular individually examine, no definite identity can be found. In the ultimate sense, now the conclusion here, what is conclusion? That means all phenomena around us is mainly exist, established based on the mind, mainly, mental imputations. Now, next step, yes, we realize the physical phenomena are only there because of the mind, right? Now, then next step, we can believe, we can think, oh, the mind must be independent phenomena. The mind must be independent. In the ultimate sense, the mind too cannot be real. It cannot be independent, cannot be inherent existence. Right? I mean, how can the mind that apprehend only the false nature of physical form and so forth, and appear in the various aspect be real? Just as physical form and so forth are false, since the mind does not exist separately from the physical forms and so forth, which are false, if true is a false, just as the physical form are so forth, possess the various aspect, and their identity are neither one nor many. Similarly, since the mind is not different from them, its identity true is a neither one nor many. Therefore, the mind by the nature is like an illusion. That means when we analyze the physical phenomena, we cannot find independent physical phenomena. Right? That means we must think there's nothing independent physical thing exists. Now we study about the mind, which the mind establishes a thing. When you analyze the mind also cannot find as an independent. Right? That means emptiness of the phenomena, emptiness of the mind, emptiness of the self. Analyze that just like the mind, the nature of all phenomena too is like an illusion. That means all physical phenomena, include our body, eyes, everything is it look like illusion. And the mind which apprehend also like an illusion. In this way, when the identity of the mind is specifically examined by the wisdom, in the ultimate sense, it is perceived neither within nor without. It is also not perceived in the absence of the both, neither the mind of the past, nor that of the future, nor the presence. Even though when you analyze the mind, past mind, present mind, future mind, have to divide. Then the mind also not exist independently. If you ask, what is the entity of that which is inapprehendable, undemonstrable, non-physical, then the Buddha said here, O Kashaba, when the mind is thoroughly sought, it cannot be found. What is not found cannot be perceived. And what is not perceived is neither past, nor future, nor presence. Through such as analysis, the beginning of the mind is ultimately not sins. The end of the mind is ultimately not sins. The middle of the mind is ultimately not sins. All phenomena should be understood as a lacking an end and the middle, just as the mind. Just as the mind do not have an end or the middle. With the knowledge that the mind is without and an end or the middle, no identity of the mind is perceived. What is thoroughly analyzed by the mind? Two is realize the being empty. Right? Now the conclusion here today, I said hundreds of times, when you try to understand emptiness, you need to choose only one object for a few weeks or few months. Just use one object. Then just observe or look at the object, then analyze how the object is exist. Use one object for few months until you really realize the object is there merely or inputted by my own mind. Right? Without mind, the object is not there. Without object, the mind also cannot be there. Therefore, the object and the mind which apprehend the objects are totally empty of independent existence. When you realize emptiness of the one object, then you can make a very big conclusion. All phenomena like this. The conventional phenomena, we cannot make conclusion based on one object. When you see, after you spend many years with one person, then you realize, oh, this person is such as, be honest, with a good heart, with a good person. Right? Then second, you cannot say all human beings are like this person. You cannot. There's so many different people has a different characteristic, different emotion, different actions. The ultimate phenomena is look very difficult to understand. When you understand on one phenomena, then you can make a conclusion. All phenomena like this. Therefore, suchness. Right? So what I'm going to say today here, as I explain how to begin your practice, until shamatha, how to enter vipassana, focus on your breath, and object and subject and action. Particularly, you just observe the agent as you, as a meditator, analyze how you are exist, try to understand who you are, where you are. Then try to understand emptiness of the self, mean emptiness of you, yourself. Then emptiness of the aggregates, then emptiness of the minds. Then you can make a conclusion. All phenomena are like me. All phenomena are like my body. All phenomena like my minds. Everything look like illusion. Okay? Illusion doesn't mean there's nothing. Actually, illusions. Illusion like watching a movie. Right? Also, same understanding if you bring to the other object, is also exactly like illusion. Right? So we can stop here. The next class also you can read continuously. Page number 16, 17, and 18. So we study about the laxity, the excitement, how to free from them. Then unifying methods and wisdom may be another class. Then the middle meditation series is going to be complete. Okay, it's not just after we finish the book, you should not think, I finished my study. Right? You should not think. Every day you read the books, how to have a experience about taking refuge, experience of the practicing equanimity, then love, then compassion, great compassion, compassionate bodhicitta, then sixth perfection, entry into the shamatha, personal shamatha, then breath on focus on your breath, then object subject. Then finally, you really going to understand emptiness of the phenomena and emptiness of the person or beings. Right? Then other perfection is looks very easy. Until now, all our practice stuck somewhere because we don't have the wisdom which realize emptiness. Right? For example, morning you practice compassion, love compassion seriously. When you go out, suddenly you saw some annoying person, then compassion, love, finish. Right? Because of the we haven't had the realizing emptiness. Right? So when you realize emptiness, your compassion, love, you can practice continuously any situation. You won't have any kind of obstacle. Right? So remember this book, you're going to have another 2 lessons, right? 2 classes. One of the free from all the obstacle, the unifying the shamatha and vipassana, then the class will be very complete. Okay, so thank you so much for attending the class. At the end, we do dedication. Dedication is very important generally, particularly as a very ordinary person. We don't have a lot of, politics power, financial power. We can have one big power, which is the dedication. Our dedication actually make, big difference. This morning, whatever we have accumulated, all the positive actions, also in the past, in the future, all together today we dedicate ourselves to able to realize emptiness based on shamatha and vipassana. Realize emptiness. Also, we dedicate the merit to able to cultivate bodhicitta within our mind stream. Also, we dedicate the merit to flourish the Buddha teaching in 10 direction, live long life all the lineage guru, particularly the His the 14th Dalai Lama. Last, we dedicate the merit for world peace, peace for each of the countries. Also include our dedication for the people who have been supporting Tibetan Buddhist Center, who have been do volunteer in TBC, include everybody. Okay, so thank you so much for the class. No chanting, right? It's okay, right? No chanting also okay, right? Chanting is just words, okay? Okay.